Yeah, we have started.
Light. It's a lot of light.
For real?
No, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's like, okay, this is not scaring as well. If there is a conversation I've always wanted to have with people,
Yeah.
it's about reinventing oneself.
Let's start by you introducing yourself so that we understand the person you are. Then we pick the conversation from there.
Okay. Victoria. Yeah. Victoria Nyanzi Atenyi. It's funny, eh?
Is it?
Auntie. Like, my name is Victoria Nyanzi Atenyi.
Yeah, to Muganda, the Baganda name, and the Atenyi, right?
Toro. It's Batoro, Banyoro. But Abantawa singer, they Babbles are because mostly people know me, Victoria Nyanzi. Unless we've gone to school together, unless we've worked together, or unless... Actually, it's either we've gone to school or we've worked together. Then you know that, actually, ku passport here kuliko Victoria Atenyi. But, ndimchara Muganda.
Alright.
Tatange Muganda, ye Nyanzi. That's why people that know me and my kid sister, because she's also called Fiona Nyanzi. So we carry on our father's name, and we've really taken it up with pride. We've represented him so well, so that's good. But then I also picked up actually Atenyi in P7. I picked up that name, but that one index number. So of course my mother has Batoro and Banyoro lineage. So they have Mpapo, Atenyi, Awoli, Akiki. So when they were giving us index numbers, I felt I'm like, I want to be among the people that come first. I know I have a Chiganda name, but let me bring up this other name so that my index number is from 01 to 010. So I carried it on and it brought me closer, but all the names, all of them, I'm representing all of them at once. So I'm carrying all of them right now. And yeah, Victoria Nyanzi Atenyi. People love knowing people's age. I'm a born of 94, so that means I'm turning 29 this July. Yeah. I love having conversations with people when we are drinking some good drinks like wine. I love beautiful spaces. I love beautiful spaces. I love very nice restaurants. I don't love to travel, actually. For me, I don't love to travel, but because it's one of those things that you have to do to fit in a certain type of class of people. Yeah. So it's something I do because it has happened. The opportunity has come, so I end up sometimes traveling a lot. But I love my space. I actually love staying home a lot. And yet, people that know me think I'm an extrovert. Like, on a Wednesday, someone is sending you a message. Victoria, where is the party? I'm like, I'm home.
Maybe you come off with someone with party vibes. People would love to want.
And actually, when we are out, I will not dance. I will not do arts. But because...
That's boring then.
I'll sit down and drink my shots and drink my cocktails. But just because most of these places that we hang in, most of these bars, Illusion, Cielo, where I've worked with some of them, I've had them as clients. So like even when a bar or a restaurant is a past client, but I see they have a branch, they have a ladies' night, like Illusion always does it on Saturday, ladies enter for free. So I'll post these banners on my Instagram. Someone will be like, so you're going to this bar, then this one. I'm like, I'll also be like, yes guys, this is the program for today. At the end of the day, I'm home sleeping.
So you make fake programs with people you've just confessed that on the podcast.
But then I hang out. Not a lot, but I would say massively.
Do you like being around people? Do you like people in general?
Yes, I do. But surprisingly, I don't have very many friends, especially in real life.
Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
I think some I don't know why. Sometimes I meet people and then I could take your number, then I'll call you. Hello, Mark, good morning. This is Victoria. And then the next thing you tell me, now wait, to be very formal. Okay, I'm just fond of trying to be, there's that thing that all the time you want to carry yourself in a certain kind of way. And then someone will be like,
I read those vibes off your timeline. Like you're very selective on the pictures,
which is
and how you appear, but you're a branding person, right?
Yes. So like and the funny thing is, most of my friends in real life are not people. They've got to understand me that she's that kind of person. You take many pictures of her and then she'll delete them. She will tell you, first move away. I want to take a picture of my shoe and your legs are in it. So like they've got to understand it. And then the funny thing is, my friends in real life, I would say one is called Tina, Shafiq, and currently I'm cultivating a very beautiful relationship with a lady. She's called Calvin. And all of those three people, you look for them on Twitter, zero Twitter presence. You look for them on Instagram, they're like in the back door, private accounts, zero posts, stalking people. Like, they are not loud people on social.
They're reserved to themselves.
Yes. But
I don't know though. I still don't know how I feel about that. I feel like we should be able to, like, these platforms are still here for us to express ourselves.
Yeah, but no, it's
how do you differentiate between your real friends? When you say my friends in real life, are you supposed to have friends online and friends in real life?
I have many friends online. Like,
when you meet them in life, then they become friends in real life.
Some we've not met. But in real life is what I say. We'll give you an example. Most of my friends that I'm saying friends in real life, we speak every day. You just out of the blue, you end up having, you saw a beautiful dress, or you went to a shop. Like recently, I went to a shop in Tinder. I see this beautiful dress. I asked the lady, "Oh, how much is it?" She told me it's 480,000. I had to call my friend Tina. I'm like, Tina, this boutique is in Tinder. I directed her where it is. I'm like, okay, the dress was 480K. Why was it like out there? My head tells me dresses of 480,000 don't just be displayed out there like that.
Why is a dress 480,000?
It's beautiful. It was beautiful. I even told her if it was 150
female things are not
or 180,000, I would have bought it. So like your friend in real life is, you end up speaking on a daily. You randomly call them to ask them have they worked out. Sometimes you'll even call and you guys work out as you're speaking. You're in the gym, she's in the gym. So like, but then there are those friends, you post each other on birthdays, you comment on each other's posts. You've known someone for like 7 years. You know what they do. You probably know where they stay. You know who their sisters are. You know a lot about them through social. Yeah. And, you guys keep interacting. When you're sick, they tell you, oh, sorry, get well soon. They send you flowers, but you've never met in real life. So I have many of those. But like in real life, someone that I speak to every day, someone that knows, they could at least know 60% about you. If you try to call them today and ask them, Victoria is lost, did you speak? She'll be like, I spoke to her yesterday at 6 p.m. But if they call somebody else, no, she last posted 2 days back. You see the difference? Yeah.
How much of your life have you shared with the internet? How much do you share with the internet?
I used to share not a lot, but a little bit, a lot. I used to share. No, I think I used to share like 60%. Where for me, I would say people that were following me from maybe like 2013. They used to know the people I'm dating. And at some point I used to say, if I'm not posting him, I'm not dating him. I used to share a lot. I love my father a lot, so I used to post him. I used to post him on my
So you post the things that you love.
Media. I used to share a lot. These days I'm just growing, not actually growing up. I think when you actually don't have a lot to share in a specific niche, then you could end up sharing a lot about your personal life. Okay. Because right now I've come to a point where there are other things I want to speak about. I want to speak. These days I'm doing a lot. I do resume writing for people. I help them with LinkedIn optimization. I do career advice. I do interview preps. So there is a lot that I can share there that sometimes I even forget taking a picture of wine I'm drinking. That I'll even forget to post my boyfriend as whatever man crash Monday on Monday, because then I want to share a link to my blog. Yeah. So
I've read your blog.
When you get a niche of things that you want to speak about, then your personal life starts to, you reduce how much you share about it. Though people will actually think you're still sharing it. You wake up and you post on your Snapchat every day.
Yeah.
But when do you start posting? When you're walking to the car, when you're driving to your meeting, while at the meeting, when you're driving back home. Someone has not seen actually your home. What time did you reach? And then but you post a lot. But what have you seen?
You give us like sneak peeks into how your day is. So we are then inclined to want more of that.
We can keep the cycle. Because I follow very many.
See, when you post,
Mm-hmm.
someone gets involved.
Yes.
In your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like they feel like they are part of it. Like, what is she about? And she's not going to wine testing or whatnot. She's blogging and helping people on this. Like, every day, you are then going to make sure you have like a well-produced script for what I feed into.
But it can be consistent.
I've also realized you now brand yourself so much as someone, as a marketing person. Like, this is what I knew from your online presence. Of course, I went to your Instagram and I still found the dope rich auntie vibes on there.
Who is a rich auntie? Rich aunties are after 35. In my head, I think a rich auntie is someone after 35.
I think it's the cool vibes people give, the reservations around themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The elegance, like you rub that off. Yeah, and that's what I pick.
I'm flattered.
Social. Yeah.
When you say running myself so much as a marketing person, I would say years back, maybe like from we are in 2023.
Yeah.
So before 2022, of course we've all been working, we do jobs and ABCD, but I was using my socials a little bit for work and much more for for leisure, for showcasing what I've eaten, where I've traveled, what I've bought. We love to show off those things. If you buy an original Chanel perfume, you want to post it. If you buy an original bag, you want to post it. Well, it's it's original, so you want to post it. But
do you know though?
Huh?
Do you get to know that it's original? Unless you're buying it from Chanel itself.
If I have bought it from a Chanel shopping fans,
okay.
I have bought it $800. This perfume is original. This perfume is original. So but then after, I think it's last year. Yeah. So I took some time actually off social media and I tried to study my life. I'm like, I'm going to turn 30 soon. For me,
soon.
Last year I was turning 28.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I have 2 years to turn 30, and I can't be feeding. I would say I can't be feeding people this all the time. Yes, there are others that can do it, but I felt it can't be me. I'm like, well, what else? What is there else to show? They've seen me taking bikini pictures. They've seen you have a great body. You've gone around the world, so they've seen. At least they know. She can travel. You've eaten the good food, so that one they know you can eat the good food. So, and I'm like, there's something missing.
Yeah.
And it took me some time to get back to the draft board and reflect. I was like, what should I do? I love this, I love that, but then, so I have a friend, I think you know Faizo. Yeah. So I used to follow Faizo a lot, and I've learned a lot from him. I used to follow him on Snapchat, on LinkedIn, Twitter, and especially his LinkedIn and his Snapchat. He posts a lot about marketing and all that. So I saw how he's using his socials. I'm like, actually, it's a mix of leisure, work, and that. And then he's pushing out a lot of educative content on his LinkedIn. And then my kid sister keeps on telling me, you're smart. You do things I cannot do. Today you're doing this, tomorrow you're doing that. You write things I cannot write, but you're not putting this out there for people to, to get to embrace it, to enjoy it. So that's when I took a small twist. And then still, sometime last year, I was speaking with a friend of mine. He's called Katende. So I told Katende, I want to change my Instagram. I want to start just preaching a lot about clarity, connection, And then he's like, what do you mean by clarity and connection? Actually, there are 3 C's: clarity, connection, and communication. And he's like, what do you mean by clarity, connection, and communication? I told him, you know that many people there could be brands and personalities. Every individual is a personality.
Yeah.
And in your life, or even in what you do, you don't have those 3 C's. Whatever, you're in a mix of, you're not clear, you don't have clarity. When someone looks you up as John, John is A, John is B, John is C, so there is no clarity, there is no connection to what you're doing. And even if you have clarity and connection, you can't communicate that well.
Yeah.
So he's like, but you know what? People have known you as someone who is into lifestyle. You're always at hotels. You're at these different places.
How are you always at these places? First, give me some insight. And how are you always at these places?
How are you always at these places? Some I've had as clients.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. There is a hotel in Entebbe, hotel number 5. It came to a point where everyone was telling me, do you own that hotel? And I'm like, no, I had them as clients. So if you're working for a place, you have to be there.
Yeah.
Most of the time you go, to get content, photos, videos. And as that is happening, I also take photos of myself. Yeah. So, and then after that, if they're my clients, of course, my friends...
Do you monetize that as well?
Well, the hotel was my client. So
Okay.
they were paying me for the
paying
content creation. But then also my friends and family can enjoy a little bit of that. At least they would get discounts. Or, you can get a discount because of Victoria, so that kind of thing. So that's the way I would say I would be able to be hanging in those places a lot. Hotel number 5, Protea Skies, and others. So back to the discussion. Kati. Then he told me, it's like, people will shift if you make that sudden switch and you start designing all of these things in Canva, speaking about personal branding, Simania Chi, and you're posting them on your Instagram. People are going to want to follow you. They will shift. I asked him why. He's like, because they did follow you for that.
Yeah, we're used to the bikini pictures.
Not the bikini pictures, but the soft life.
Yeah.
So he told me, it's like, unless you make a shift slowly, and I would not advise to make a shift fully, and like, even if you say, okay, I'm going to transition slowly, he's told me, you can still do this, but with your daily life. You can post about whatever you want to post about. Because when we had that conversation, so he asked me, so how are you going to work around clarity, connection, and communication for a personality like me? I told him, okay, first things first, right now I've had people tell me my LinkedIn profile is really, really good.
Yeah.
So I'll start with that for you. Send me a link to your LinkedIn. Let me review and see if I'm looking to hire a content creator or photographer and I go through your LinkedIn, would I hire you? So I told him I'll start with that. I'll start with LinkedIn optimization for people. I'll help them work on their resumes and know that, this is what an employer.
My LinkedIn? First pause there. How would you help my LinkedIn as a photographer?
It's
for LinkedIn. Like, I feel like, isn't photography best sold from Instagram? Is there value for me having a LinkedIn as a photographer?
Yes, because you can attach links to your work.
Okay.
Optimizing your LinkedIn profile is like having everything filled out in your LinkedIn profile, from your names, your photos, part of your work, looking out for, we call them keywords. On LinkedIn, they are called headlines, but they're keywords. Keywords that you feel could be job titles that you can want to do or things that you're doing at the moment. And getting onto the creator mode, like all of those help you rank like up in search engines of LinkedIn. I would say I have had last year.
The biggest problem I have with LinkedIn is I just get Indian guys and guys inboxing me about some seminars. Like, I've gotten jobs off LinkedIn. That's a fact because of how it is. But still, I don't know.
I think because you've set yourself.
I've probably not looked at the data to see if people really, really believe profiles on there.
I really I'm not.
How many gigs do you get off LinkedIn?
Not gigs, but I was going to tell you from October last year to I think December.
Yeah.
I had a couple of job offers that were coming in from LinkedIn, and I had to weigh which one, but all of them were coming in from my LinkedIn. I had many of them, and I had to weigh which one to take. So, and I've also from January up to March, the people I've worked with, I've had those that have successfully now gotten like recruiters DMing them. Or hi, at least, or in other scenarios, there's a scenario that happened to me. I saw this company. I think someone posted that they were hiring on Twitter. So I saw the company. I go check it out on LinkedIn. I see the employers. Then I saw the CEO. I viewed his profile. Read, he has worked with different PR agencies in Uganda and South Africa. Then I kept quiet. But of course, he received a notification that I had viewed his profile. Next thing, he comes to my DM. Oh, hi, Victoria, how are you? This is ABCD. I've seen your profile. I see you've been doing account management here and there, and we are looking to hire someone of that caliber. Can I send you the JD you go through? And I was like, interesting. So for me, that was like, when I was reviewing his profile, I was not like presenting myself that, I just wanted to see, when you see a company and you want to probably see how authentic they are, because there are many PR agencies in Uganda, there are many marketing agencies, and these are not like renowned the way we know telecommunications, it's MTN and Airtel, the way we know banks. So, you see an ad and you want to be sure, who are the people behind this company, what do they do, where have they worked before? So for me, that was what I was doing. But then when he came and viewed my profile, he was like, actually, we are hiring, and if you would want the job, let me send you the JD. So I would have taken up the offer, but I didn't because I had received another offer. But I went through the JD, we had 2 interviews, and he was like, yes, I would really, really want to take you on.
Do you believe in, LinkedIn asks you to put your skills, right? So which is a good thing.
Yes.
Like you put the things you can do as compared to the things you're qualified to do.
Okay. When they ask you, what can you do and what are you qualified to do?
I do so many things, but I'm not qualified to do some of those things. But then I can do them because I have taken... I don't want to be treated on some sort of white man standard that I need credentials to get through stuff. But however, I know that people need to get married and they go through stuff. But for where the skills, where I can actually really, really develop the skills on my own and I can prove that I can actually bring in results, I can report that, I would like that. But there's that gap between skills and qualifications. What do you think about it?
Well, you've used two titles that are actually there in the LinkedIn profile. Because, they tell you of licenses and certificates. So that is why you say you are a licensed program manager with, I think it's a project manager with PMP. But then the skill is different. Whichever skill you might have there is different. I don't think you'll have a license in report writing. But then report writing is a skill for a project manager. So it has those 2 options. But for the time of, if you're going through, for me, because I'm really, really keen and I'm always open to learning and I want to see how is this person doing it, what are they good at. I follow very many Nigerian creators on LinkedIn. So I go through up to their skills and see, I feel so good when I go down there and I'm seeing people giving them endorsements. Or this person did ABCD for me. So, but I know very many people, once they go to a LinkedIn profile, all they want to see is a picture, your job, and a small bit about who is Mark.
Yeah.
And then sometimes someone will scroll down to your previous experience and then what you studied, but few will actually scroll down to your skills. But for me, I do all that, and I don't want to think it's only me alone. I think people, especially if someone is looking to hire talent, I know recruiters do that. You want to see what has this person done And is there anyone that is actually rooting for them? Because unless even your sister, but you go through someone's profile and you're seeing the head of content at MultiChoice in South Africa rooting for them, and you're like, this is some dope stuff.
Well, they could just be my friend.
Well, how many heads of content are going to be your friends?
I could be their weed plug.
But how many people are going to have, like, not everyone is going to have friends in that
agree,
or in that manner. Yeah.
So I think though that we're in a world where you have to, well, it goes both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
You develop a very big social capital, then add value to that capital. Mm-hmm. So you monetize that and make money. So in that world, to add value means you are good at something.
Yes.
Whatever it is, you are good at that. In the other world, though, people have to go through school, then get qualifications, then keep adding on to qualifications too, which still grows their social capital as well and gets them somewhere. But it looks like it's a stunted world because now we have all this new technology that simplifies work. When you look at there's now GPT, really makes things easier. So I can lie on my LinkedIn profile I can just go and ask a machine and it gives me some sense of what you want from me.
What I want to see.
Yeah, and I'll do that.
But then at the end of the day, it will go back to yourself, to you yourself. You will have, and this I have it with people that I probably give interview preps or career advice. Yes, your LinkedIn will be top notch, really, really good, but are you that good? I use a LinkedIn as well. People are like, you will write all those very nice words from ChatGPT and then walk into a room, someone is expecting you to speak like your LinkedIn is speaking. Because for me, when I'm even doing CVs for guys, I don't tell them when you're writing, no, when you're speaking on your resume, speak like that. So, but you have all this, I did A, B, C, D, I moved, I employee retention rate and all this, but then you're in there and you can't speak like that person. And so it goes back to us as personalities. And when you say that there is AI that is going to make work, simpler.
It takes away your job, really. You as the person who would guide me through optimizing my AI can just do all that
on a very low scale. There is one thing that AI will not have is that aspect of storytelling and personalization.
I agree.
I have used ChatGPT because I do these days I do a lot of PR. After I started doing the courses last year when I wanted to have a major. I'm like, I'm not going to be all around marketing, what. So I had to weigh between doing SIM or doing the PR course. And then luckily the job I signed on now is into PR. So not to lie, I use ChatGPT a lot, but it doesn't have the aspect of storytelling and the aspect of personalization. So
when you prompt it very well, though, it's perfect.
See, you'll go to GPT now and tell it to, write for me a sample newsletter on how to manage stakeholders. Yeah. And it will give you all that.
Let me show you something. When you're coming, I looked through your whole life, your Instagram. I described you like I have you in my mind.
Describe me.
No, it's too much. But I described to the AI, and then it came up with so many questions. Of course, I put it so much around marketing and brand person, then others about your lifestyle. As I'd just seen your pictures at Governor, and you looked like, who's this chick, Gabrielle Union? There's a shoot she has had. So that type of being needs that this is what you give off. So I described it. I thought through that, okay, now what would talk about with Victoria before, like, because this is the first time we're interacting. I hoped would meet at the patio, but we didn't. So, yeah, it came up with things, and they're dope things. Yeah, there are quite many, but most of it is around the marketing. But I'm trying to show you that right now, if I have an idea about something, the AI can actually recreate it for me. Yeah. So there would be no significant value as to why I would go to. If I know, like, I feel like now the value of someone who's going to optimize my LinkedIn will be if I do not know how to prompt.
I love the other aspect where you said, if I know. Because I was going to tell you that, there is plenty of AI for video editing, for voiceovers. Okay, these are things, there are those clients that don't need to know these things. But like there's AI for everything, for videos, for voiceovers, for writing, for copy, for all that. But there's someone who doesn't know. And there's another person who doesn't know how to use that AI.
Yeah.
And there's even another person who doesn't know what is the right thing for them to use the AI for. Or even what is, there is an individual who even, let me try to rephrase it in a way that I don't want to say, but there could be an individual who, even when you give them a ChatGPT or whichever copy AI, and you tell them, what, Mark, GPT will help
Someone
you.
Has knocked you.
No.
Okay. No, they were coming in. That thing.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
If you tell them, Mark, this is GPT.
Yeah.
And just put in something small about you, and it's going to write the entire story. Or, just write for you a brief.
Yeah.
And that person will say, okay, so what is it about me? I am hardworking. I am genuine. And so that is what they'll think. What is it about me? And I am doing customer service. Now, when I speak about the aspect of personalization, is there's another individual who will come and tell the GPT, write for me a brief intro about Victoria. Write for me a brief intro about Victoria Nyanzi. She's a 29-year-old.
Do you think virtual reality and AI, can you try and explain the impact? Do you feel the impact of it to your job?
Yes. Well, you said it's making the job a little bit easier. And for me, I don't want to say that people.
But it also gives you an advantage. You as someone who already knows this.
Yes. I don't want to say that people will lose the creative bit about them. No. Because I have had scenarios where you can go to those apps and just put something. Give me a sample script of a bank TVC, and then it will give you a script, and and you feel no. Someone else can write something better. So I don't think that people will lose their aspect of creativity, but it will help them. It's going to help us with picking out, or maybe picking out those few aspects or those few items that we, and also it's going to help us save time. The amount of time you would have saved on what? Because personally, I tap into there for small things, and then because I love, especially if I'm writing, I really love to have something to sound like I wrote it. I love to tell a story, let it start from a story, then continue otherwise. And then I love referencing, and it has helped me so much now with this whole conversation about resumes and LinkedIn's and everything. Because when someone sends me, and I pick inspiration from someone's resume. You will send me your resume and the font is really not it. And I'm like, yes. Now people don't know about the font. That's a blog. And I'll if I post on my LinkedIn, I'll ask you, Mark, are you comfortable with me mentioning you?
Yeah.
Or you're not? And then another person will send you their resume, because now I've picked interest in a topic. referees available on request. So I want to do some research and find out who has the authority to put that on their resume, because even a fresh level whatever someone fresh out of uni is putting references available upon request. So if I'm a recruiter, I would feel like, sis, you are just 22. Put those people there. But I'm going to do some research and find out who has the authority to say that on their resume and who should not say it. Because I kind of feel, personally right now, I feel it should be done by people with, not even people who are not submitting a resume but a CV. You've been into research, you've written books, you have publications. So you can tell me that if I'm a recruiter. So I pick reference from interactions from people, and then so now that kind of thing you can go to GPT and ask, you can ask it and it will give you a sample. But trust me, it will not give you the accurate thing. You need to make research and actually find out who should do this and who should not do it. And then for you to give it the aspect of personalization of, when I spoke to ABCD and all that, GPT will not give you that. So I feel we shall not lose the creativity, especially if your brain is wide and open, thinking all the time.
If you gave GPT 3 blogs of yours, and tell it to write a 4th blog basing on something on that, it will give you what you'd probably have written, or even better.
Yes. Yeah.
So, anyway, I feel like it's a threat, though. Also, it makes us lazy. It makes us not want to think. We feel like if the AI can do everything, then we can just relax.
Mark, like I said, that thing will not think. It will not. It will write for you the script, and if you give it a topic and say, just write for me something about customer engagement, it will pick for you all of those things, or to improve customer engagement, blah blah blah, customer service is this, you need to do this. It will write all those for you. But at some point, how are you going to, and what it's writing for you has actually been written everywhere. Not so. Like once you go into the search engine, you'll find answers about how to improve customer engagement. But how are you going to keep a reader reading what you've written? Is that small bit, that little story that you'll have to tell.
How do you personalize your writing? Do you give us relatable stories with your own personal life so we feel attached to that? Do you personalize them to your own personal life? Do you share with that as for us to then be relatable to your type of content?
I try because I would want someone to at least relate. I try. That's why actually for me, anything that I'm going to probably write about, at least I've picked reference from somewhere. Like I gave you an example before, at least I've picked reference from somewhere. I would say if it's about those whatever resumes and if it's probably about this story that I'm telling these days of resumes and CVs, or just like recently, I also have now something I want to research and write about. There is a difference between a CV and a resume, but many people don't know.
What's the difference?
A resume is brief. That's why the ideal standard is 2 pages. A CV can be as long as it can be. 16 pages.
CV has everything we have.
Your personal detail, your education, your work experience, your publications, grants you have won. So CVs are people that are so much into academics and research, and resumes for us all 2 pages. So because there is a lady who sent me her resume.
Mm-hmm.
She does sales. She has 4 years of work experience, 1 degree, and she had 8 pages of a resume.
So what do the employers want? Do they want a resume or a CV?
A resume.
And where do people give their CVs at?
When you are right now, I would say I'll give you an. That's why for me I use everything is reference and personal.
Yeah.
Give an example. My kid sister, right now for she's submitting for a job. She sends in her CV because she has been on publications. She has written books. She has won grants. She's currently pursuing her MBA. So, it's a CV. It's heavy. You have on there books you've written for people, publications you've won, projects you've been part of. Some it's heavy, but it could be. I think right now her CV could be 8 pages. But if you've not been part in that kind of world, and for now she's into research, so people that are into research, people that are into academics, those PhD people and all that, those people will have CVs. But us, wanaichis,
you just have a resume.
You have a resume, and trust me, no recruiter has time to read something that is larger than 2 pages.
Yeah, I wouldn't read that too.
And I keep telling people you can fit all your details and work experience onto 2 pages.
I feel like 2 pages are still too many for me. I want to just be hired for my skill, and if I fail at it.
I have met people like you. At my current person, my boyfriend, is also one of those people like you. He feels he's like.
Does the world know that you have a boyfriend?
Yes, people that know me know. People that have interacted with me.
Also, when you say my current, it means you're very surely leaving. things end.
I don't want to. Oh my God, I actually don't want it to seem like that. And he'll feel so bad when he hears me say my current.
Yeah.
But because he even calls me his fiancé, but I have no ring.
You need a ring.
And
can this podcast speed that up when he listens to?
No, I also don't want to sound like people that are so desperate. I need a ring. No. And I still don't want to sound like people who assume that when you have a ring, then it's done. It can't end or it can't break up. So, but
do you think you cheat on your boyfriend when you get a ring?
Even without a ring, I wouldn't.
Oh, you just saying that because of the camera.
No.
At first I thought there were people like me.
Mm-hmm. People like you that do it.
Do not cheat, but there are people that it's hard. I've grown to see it as our society normalizes it a lot.
Yeah.
And you listen to rap music. I usually sometimes judge people by the music they listen to.
Well, society has normalized cheating because, what should I say? Our parents, most of us, our parents, we have other siblings. We have other siblings and our mothers. But for me, 16 years in marriage, so in your head, you kind of, I think even you men feel like, it's normal. She will get used to it.
Would you get used to it? What's your biggest deal breaker?
In a relationship?
Yeah, with relationships in general. It doesn't have to be the sexual ones.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be your friends. Is it... Okay, friends can cheat on you, can they? They can, though.
They can.
Yeah. They can go out without you in plans.
Yeah, that happens a lot. My biggest deal breaker in relationships would be... I've actually fallen out with friends, but not so much.
Mm.
But there is one friend that really, really fell out with me. Because I think I was not giving her the attention and time she needed. But other than that, what could be my deal breaker? I don't know. I don't think.
Have you been broken before?
Heartbroken?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was drama. I was really stupid.
What happened?
Relationship ended. So bad.
What is so bad?
You know those relationships where you start camping at this person's house. You're there, you just want to see them enter. You're like, I'll feel better. I was just stupid. There's some things you look back and you're like, what was wrong with me?
Did you reinvent yourself? Do you believe in people reinventing themselves out of their old experiences?
Yes.
So,
not only relationships, but like in general.
okay.
Life in general. Life in general. You know, you can also look where you're doing things, You do A, you do B, you do C, but you feel you're stuck. You're just stuck. You're doing something because other people are doing it.
Yeah.
I want to believe there are people or there are girls on platform social media that post some things because other people are posting them, and then you do it for some time, but you're like, this is not me. And for me, but reinventing yourself is like a 360 package. You have to reinvent yourself from even what you do, how you speak, how you dress, where you hang.
Does that matter how I dress?
If you've decided to reinvent yourself
into that type of personality,
yes, I would wake up and say, I want to be the next baddest female DJ in Kampala. Then everything has to change. My looks have to change. My personality has to change. What I speak about has to change. Where I hang, if I want to be the baddest female DJ, then a lot has to change. But now that is me trying to reinvent from Victoria, a communications person, to Victoria, the next female DJ. And you can want to reinvent from, and someone else will want to reinvent from, Carol, the bar host. You're hosting nights, and you're like, no. But I've actually seen some friends do it. I have a friend back in the day. She used to host a night at Wink, and now she transitioned. She grew into the bar hosting. She moved. She then did marketing for still some of the bars in Kampala, and she has really then she's this girl you used to find on top of the Wink bar dancing. And right now you find her in a boardroom and she's handling trainings. She later on did some marketing for bars, and she was like, you know what, I've after interacting with people and after what I've done, because Obero call marketing for a bar, but you meet people that want to do kasiki in your bar. They are CEOs of banks, they work in banks and ABCD. Then she later on went and did SIM. From SIM, I don't want to give a lot of reference about her, but she's now a digital executive in one of the banks. Like, she handles their digital and whatnot. So I keep telling her, I'm proud of yourself. Like, I'm proud of you. How you did this. And if someone remembers you back in the days of Wink, and now you are here, rubbing shoulders with these CEOs of this bank. Yeah.
So what's really important with life, according to your perspective? Is it rubbing shoulders with CEOs? Or making a lot of money? Because you see, the bank doesn't guarantee that you make a lot of money.
Can I tell you what's important for me? Being happy.
How do you describe being happy?
Doesn't matter the money you're making.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. It's being happy.
What is your definition of happiness?
Let me give you a small personal story.
Yeah.
The past 2 years, I was in a relationship. It's not even a relationship for me, but there is this person that wanted me and was willing to do anything. He thought he was willing to do anything that I want. What do you want to do, Victoria? Where do you want to go? Do you then at some point he's like, you know what, you should stop working, and I think you should start your own marketing agency. Let's register your marketing agency. Let's do ABCD for you. And I tell him, okay, I've not really felt entrepreneurship for me, but I'm giving you an example of he was willing, or he thought he can do everything for me. Like, what in scenario of this Kampala, if leave alone the recent snake story,
because I was going to take you there.
But in this Kampala, if a man is actually willing to give you more than $1,000 as girlfriend allowance monthly. More than 1,000.
Girlfriend allowance is a real thing.
More than 1,000.
Wait, it's not just guys who are high and tweeting about this stuff. You people get girlfriend allowance.
Yes, even now I get girlfriend allowance.
$1,000.
No, but I was saying in this Kampala, if there is a man that is willing to give you more than $1,000 as girlfriend allowance, then
I think I've seen why I'm single, but yeah.
Then so if to some other girl, even if she was not happy in that situationship or relationship, she would be like one of Sivao. But for me, I kept him around.
Without the girlfriend allowance?
No, I kept him around with the girlfriend allowance coming. I kept him around for some time, but then later on I met someone. And this person, my current my boyfriend right now, I don't want to even say my boyfriend right now. So, and then, as I was keeping him around, I met Solomon.
Who is
my
your
boyfriend is called
right
Solomon, yes. And, everything just took a different twist of turns. You could have, this person has their, I don't want even to make a comparison that I'm comparing the two, but this person has a lot that comes with them, or everything they think they want to do for you, or they want to take you everywhere around the world. Where do you want to go? You could just take the whole year on vacation, Victoria. Map around Europe. Where do you want to go? Go there this summer. Then tell me, where do you want to go next? Go there this summer. But then there is no conversation. There is no vibe. You are not happy.
You don't have companionship with this person, right?
Yes, even when you are with them, you just don't want them. Even a cup they've drunk from, you can't drink from it. And then you meet somebody else and everything is different. So I didn't even have to weigh options or anything. I was just like, I don't want this, whatever situationship or what it is. I am after my happiness. It's after me being happy, and I was sad, but no one knew that I was sad. People just used to see me, oh, she's in Paris, oh, Victoria is in Capri, oh, she's in whatever, Tuscany. Oh my God, Victoria, you're everywhere.
So being on the yacht in a thong,
but I was
is not
sad.
Happiness.
No, let me tell you this. I was not happy.
Why were you sad?
The person I was with, I was not happy with them. I was not happy with them.
What makes you happy?
Can you describe happiness?
Exactly. You said, that was my question, by the way.
Yeah, but you can't.
What's your definition?
It's a feeling. You can't really you even can't put action verbs to it. It's a feeling. You're at peace. You are relaxed. I don't know how to describe it, but you can't describe happiness.
If I was given...
If you were taken on a yacht.
No. If I was put in a room with you for 40 minutes to make you happy, do you think I would fail? To just give you the feeling of happiness.
For 40 minutes. I don't know. What would you do?
I don't know what I would do. I could crack jokes.
Then you would make me laugh. Not happy. You would make me laugh.
What makes you happy?
I've told you, it's an internal feeling. You see, have you never met people and you like them? They bring out the vibe in you. They bring out your best self. It's like, let me tell you another personal story. Well, for me, I can't describe happiness, but I feel and I know that I am happy and I'm walking into something I love. I met my boyfriend last year in January.
Your current boyfriend?
Yes. And since last year, and since February, I think I met him last year.
You met him last year in January?
No, we're in which year?
We're in 2023.
2023.
Yeah,
no,
it's 3 months into 2023.
Yes,
now
I met him. I first met him in 2021 December. Hi at a party. Then I met him again in 2022 January.
After 1 year.
December 2021.
Okay.
Then
In January.
next month, in Jan 2022, I met him again. Then we went out on our first date on 14th of February last year. And since 14th of February last year...
On Valentine's?
Yes. And since...
The sex was good,
No,
so
no,
you were blinded.
But the sex was good. No, not that. But since 14th of February last year, up to date, we are staying together.
Cohabiting?
Yes.
Do your parents know that someone is
My
enjoying
father,
their daughter's
I know my father knows ish. But like I was getting back to the happiness bit. So do you, like, you know, you can be there and you're working, you're doing ABCD, but when something happens, maybe you do so well and your boss tells you, I like this. You want to call that person and tell them, do you know that I've done this? That my boss has said this. This person will come back home and you have like 10 stories. Like every day he comes back and I'm like, Ninembos, Tula, A, B, C, and that had never happened to me before. So I can't put an action verb to what is happiness, but like things happen and you feel you're like, I am happy. Doesn't matter what, but you feel you are happy.
So the travels, the planes, the cities, all that doesn't explain happiness.
No, I don't know. It depends.
How are you feeling though?
It depends.
When you are in these cities with this person, like what was that feeling you're experiencing? Since you were sad, you said you were sad.
Yeah.
But sad seems to be. How do you handle then to take pictures?
I was going to tell you the only thing that will give you, the only thing that used to give me probably, I would say, that used to make me happy was the pressure. The pressure you're applying on social media. And I'm like, look at these people.
They don't know what's up.
They're there, oh my God, you're enjoying. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having fun.
Wow.
So, like, but...
Women.
Life happens. What are you saying, women?
Like, why were you sad? Like, you could just enjoy the moment. You know?
And I was enjoying the moment, but at the end of the day,
I can only imagine how moody you are with this person.
yeah, I was enjoying the moment, like, you know, enjoying the pictures, and I made sure I used to take very many pictures at least, or record videos, because I love keeping memories, so I used to make sure I do that a lot, and the memories are there to stay. And then the funny thing is, so social media is funny. So I had people that used to know me, and you know, sometimes you know, the things we can't lie, especially if you know someone, you can tell that, okay, she's roaming around Europe because she must be dating, you know, ABCD. Or at least people can know you that we know Mark. Mark is maybe, I would say Mark is working with Airtel. We know Mark must be earning like 2 million shillings a month. So Mark can't be able to just move from Germany to France to ABCD. So people will, in their heads, they'll be like, Mark must have a rich girlfriend. So then when they start saying, okay, what happened to rich Uncle Mark?
So I don't have a problem. I want a rich girlfriend.
So I remember sometime last year around my birthday, I think someone tried to pull something, but I noticed it. They were like, so you know, if you leave a rich guy, blah blah blah, because of love, and you stop giving us content. In my head, I was like, okay, what? Ugandans are really stupid.
So you stopped giving us content?
No, in my head, in my head, I was like, Ugandans are really stupid. Like,
yeah, but that's a hard statement. Please take it back. You cannot call all of us stupid.
No, like some people on social,
Yeah.
I don't want
Ugandans online.
Yeah, not on stupid, not stupid, but
I hear you though. Yeah.
Like you can't relate, or you can't say that the only time a girl will be able to, you know, to traverse the world, it has to be a man. Or so now that she's not giving you content, that means she left the man. Because
Are you going to give us content on your own? Will you afford the content?
I'm about to shock you. No, because like I have friends. That's why I told you, for me, I follow very many Nigerians on social media because I see how these people are aggressive. They're aggressive with their jobs. They're aggressive with everything they do.
But also content creation, though, that digital comes with like brand management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, you just don't think you're going to go on a yacht in a thong and get abused and that will be it. Like, the whole process of understanding how to monetize that.
Mark, I did promise you a yacht on a thong.
There's no
I didn't promise. That's what was coming.
I feel like your body would look good in a yacht in a thong.
No, but I've grown. That's why I told you.
That's not a young people thing, is it?
No, there's a lot more that I can do. There are conferences waiting for me to attend.
And you're still going to nail them. Like,
so
you can give us Instagram content and still give us Twitter content and LinkedIn content.
So, well,
should there be a difference? Let's really talk about that. Should there be a difference? Would you judge someone because they have first of all, yeah, most people are inspired by people, by celebrities. Yeah. Most women are inspired by celebrities. There's a big trend of women that dresses because Kim dresses
just
the way
like
she
that.
dresses. Like she has to go change her ass and modify it, and that is what people are doing right now. So they're inspired that way. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that these people still don't chase and not career people, right? I don't know. People have insecurities about their bodies and whatnot. They advance them. They do all these things, but the two people can coexist. I recently was reading something where Black China had to like transform her life, do away with the tattoos, say she's baptized again, like, but does that, like, can't you be gangster and still be modest?
You can. You can. I have a friend. I
know porn stars who are lawyers and they actually
no, you can't. I have a friend, I don't know if you know her, she's called Jayla.
Yeah.
Jayla is Azawi's manager.
She's been on the podcast.
Yes. And Jayla literally has 3 personalities in her. Like, you meet Jayla on a Monday, if she's going for a meeting and she's going for this meeting, maybe I would say with Stanbic Bank, you're like, yes, this is Jayla on Monday. You meet Jayla on Friday.
But that is because of the fashion sense.
Yes, so, okay. And this is Jayla on Friday. But even on her socials, like,
the sexual bit, there's a sexual Jayla.
She will represent, like, that I'll be there on the bikini picture, I'll be there. The other picture will be there. But of course, if you tell me that you're going to twist your bikini picture to LinkedIn,
Into one.
Someone needs to break the internet and do it for us.
Like, if you put a really good blog on it. First of all, you can't rule out the fact that sex sells.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
I am still going to be on your timeline if they're bikini pictures. Then I'll maybe take some time to read what you're telling me.
That's why I've told you someone needs to break the internet. But also because
it could be you.
No. You know, these platforms are set, and most of these... Actually, these people don't come and tell us that these are the guidelines. You're supposed to use this platform for A, B, C, D. But with time, we get to grasp that actually LinkedIn is a professional platform. You're using it for A, B, C, D, and E. And then you get to know that, okay, so for Instagram, I can post this and that and that. And so, when you wake up, but recently I follow a certain lady, she's South African.
Yeah.
She posted a picture on her LinkedIn, and it was a studio shoot. She's wearing a t-shirt, a white t-shirt, and a patra, and it's a half picture. And there was a very short caption, I think, marketing and ABCD with a hashtag women in marketing. And on there, trust me, no one had read the caption. It was a very short caption, but so there were very beautiful comments. Lovely, you're looking good, nice. I'm like, okay, this is so much of Facebook.
Do you still use your Facebook?
Sometimes once in a month I'll go and check on people or drop something. Yeah.
Why do people feel like Facebook is no longer cool?
Facebook is still cool, but because the government has not yet removed the restriction.
Oh yeah, there's that.
It's that.
Yeah.
And once that has taken like 2 years, so people are stepping away from it. But we don't want to lie, it's still a big thing. And people that are being aggressive on marketing still use the Meta whatever, Facebook, because they know it has the numbers. The only difference is that it's funny, but Twitter has the highest engagement rate.
Yeah.
Facebook will give you impressions and a wider reach, but Twitter will give you the highest engagement. And if you do those, for you as a marketer and you do a lot of data and analytics, you know that the only reason why Twitter is giving us the highest engagement rate is because people spend their time on Twitter than the Facebook.
Yeah.
But because there are more people on Facebook, it gives you a wider reach and impressions.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like... I feel like there's so much noise on Facebook, so it's hard. The reach is not genuine.
Well, these things are games of numbers. These things are games of numbers. I learned this from someone, where if you want to sell a phone cover, and you're selling it 25,000. I think you rather sell it 15,000 and sell to 100 people than sell 25,000 and sell to 10 people. So it's a game of numbers.
But then when I feel like people over advertise to us that the numbers are not real. Like I can see your thing and maybe I never return to it. Like I just scroll through it. Like a random chap. Like still see it. It's your advert, maybe brand awareness, but how do you feel about internet ads?
Which kind of ads?
Like there are so much, like everyone is influencers on your timeline. You're going to see influencers pushing something.
Well, for influencers, it's a different story. But if you say internet ads, whether Google ads, in-store ads, or Meta ads, or whatnot, most these ads don't come to your Twitter or your Instagram if you actually didn't think or search about that item. I was recently interacting with a client, and he asked me, "You're sure Twitter has ads?" I told him yes. He told me, "No, I have never seen an ad on Twitter." I told him, "Do you tweet?" No, but I reply tweets. I asked him, "So when you see a tweet, what do you reply?" "I'm always laughing, hey, and I'm always putting emoji." I told him, "So the algorithm has never read or understood what you love. You're laughing, hey. But one time start interacting. Because if you see someone has posted about cars, trust me, if you interact and ask how much, Japan auto ad will come the next day. Because then you've started building an interaction. Now the system is reading you, it's getting into your brain." So for me, I love it that actually the algorithm now studies that Victoria was searching about hair extensions. Then the next I'm only seeing hair extensions. So it's about me to choose who I want to buy from. Sometimes it becomes way too much, and I've had people complaining about the ads. Ads can become way too much. Every time you're scrolling, it's an ad. But well, people have to make money. The apps have to make money. The businesses have to make money.
Victoria, let me ask you something. How much of your life do you design just for online people? Because this is coming from the fact that you could go through sadness just to give us content.
No, don't make it seem like that. Don't make it so. How much of my life do I design
for online people's satisfaction?
No.
Are you even real?
No, I don't design. I actually don't design any of my life. What I don't want to post, I'll not post. But how much of my... No, I don't. Because you see, these things are happening. So if I'm here and I take a picture of you and I post it on my Snapchat, it has happened. But one thing, of course, we learned...
What do you choose? Like, you would choose to post?
One thing that we've noticed with social media is, especially for me, I never want to showcase my grief, my sadness. Because doesn't matter how many stories you're going to tell me,
Yeah.
they'll not bring it back. And I know there are very many people out there on the internet. People are sad, and they just want positivity. So for me, anything that is grief, is sadness. But it's not even just that I choose not to share it online. But people that know me know, my friends and family know that I'm always a positive person. I'm always so positive, and my positivity, I also attach it to God a lot. Like I am the kind of person that always says, no, God will make it happen. He will make a way. I've seen him move mountains in my life. I've seen him do A. I've seen him do B.
Are you sure about that?
For me, I know. I'm not even sure, but I have seen...
When you say I've seen God move mountains,
like I have seen
what do you
him,
mean?
You know, move mountains is when something was really, really difficult, or there was a situation that you didn't know you would get through it, and you actually went through it. Everyone has a different mountain that God moved for them. Someone will tell you maybe...
What's your mountain?
No, this is a personal... That is really personal. But everyone will have a different mountain, and you say, you know what? Actually, God moved that, and I was able to get through that. But you know that even just being able to go through school is a mountain, or is something that God has done for you. So, and for me, like most of my life, I have lived my life knowing that I've lived my life seeing things happen miraculously, or things happen where I have not had to toil, work so much for them to happen, but they happen. Though my other friends say it's because you know many people, you know how to connect with people, you do this. But for me, I keep telling them, God makes it happen. Because with people, I never close any bridges. Like if I knew you, and I knew you from maybe a project that we did some time back, I keep in touch with you, and I would say even with a couple of people that I knew years back, or some of them could be previous relationships. For me in my life, these are stakeholders. I could need them. I try to manage all of you because I could need you. So I never close any bridge or be like, I'm done with you, I put you aside. And when I tell my sister, God has made this happen, she tells me, no, but because you knew that person. I tell her, no, it was good. So the people and the network, still I can't attribute it to God. He has moved mountains.
I read something on Instagram sometime. Let me read it for you. So you're making 28 years.
Yeah.
All I can say about my life right now is, wow, who the fuck is this woman? I'm so confident, happy, and absolutely loving this life to the fullest. If I would talk to my younger self today, I would say, bitch, you're that woman. You reach milestones, you're the prize, you light up every room. Well, on this 28th birthday, I know I'm that bitch.
So,
how do you feel about... First, tell me about this message.
So, exactly. So, like I told you, I turned 29 last year. And at the beginning of that year, when I left the situationship that I was just not happy about, and people that knew about it, in that situationship, the person, or that man, actually had a company. He has a company in Uganda, and he had given me 40% shares in his company.
Just for existing?
Yes. And I remember going with my former boss. To his lawyer's office and signing all those documents and returning his shares back to him. And most of my friends that would know that, or people that know me, were like, Victoria, told him while I was Kampala, this was a good life set for you. No work, no hustle. Every year, is it dividends or whatever? Monthly check was coming. You're the secretary.
But what have you done to this man? Like, how do these things happen? Like, This is how people end up breastfeeding snakes, by the way.
No. How?
There's so much too good to be true. Like, how is a nigga giving you 40% shares in a company? Just like that.
Because God has made it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, but all my friends, and actually, I even I have people that stopped talking to me after that story. I don't know why, but so for me, I was proud of myself. And it's only my former boss told me, she was like, Victoria, I am proud of you. You have stepped up and left a situation or something that you did not want. Anything that relates with money, few girls would leave that. That, you know what? Me, I'm not comfortable. I'm not doing this. I'm chasing after my happiness and I'm going for something that makes me happy. So, and those that know me like from my from social media, Snapchat, ABCD, had seen that previously, because when I turned 27, I turned 27 in Capri, Italy. So after that, they had seen me planning a trip to Greece for my 28th birthday. So of course I didn't go. So I think they were like, and that's when someone said that thing of, content, ABCD. So for me, that message was like, it's like, wow, you actually that woman.
How do you feel about being called bitch?
I call myself a bitch.
Are you a bitch?
A bitch is not, for me, I don't relate.
Are you a bitch?
I can be a bitch.
Good. That's the answer.
I can be a bitch.
So to you, what does that mean?
No, like
aggressive, right?
That whole message, like, I think a bitch, for me, a bitch is actually, why I called myself a bitch there is, you can step up for yourself. You don't want shit, drop it. Whatever situation is making you uncomfortable, let it go. Because actually what makes you a bad bitch is if I can let this go and I can get what I want. And I don't need whoever is saying A, whoever is saying B or C. I can get what I want. So I was happy for myself.
Yeah, but a bad bitch should also be in position to take it all.
Okay.
Whatever life throws at you.
No, that is the baddest bitch.
Whatever life throws at you.
That is the baddest bitch.
Do you think you're a baddie?
That conversation happened a few days ago. Baddie. Who is a baddie?
Mean? I don't know.
And then I saw...
I saw you were quoted. Victoria Nyanzi, she's a baddie. What?
I'm flattered. I don't know who a baddie is. But for
there are very many meanings.
Who is one?
The gangster meaning is so obscene. So the gangster meaning, I don't know if the people on the internet really relate to it, but the gangster meaning is a chick who would come and fuck all best friends at once.
Another meaning?
Yeah, and still have no remorse about it. But what I feel like people want to mean is someone who's reserved, pretty, and not all out there. Yeah. To most people, it's around the beauty, but when you go to Urban Dictionary, it's very sexualized. Like,
you'll be shocked, because according to whatever conversation was going around, whatever conversation that was going around, I felt that whatever they meant by body was a girl that is beautiful, yes, always has makeup done, is wearing, I don't know, wears a lot of labels, shops from, I don't know, those platforms. Is always at branches. You don't miss the Stonehaven branch. You don't miss that's what's the name of the bar? You don't miss the
Alchemist.
branch that happens at Alchemist.
Zero.
Yes.
It's happening today, tomorrow. The patio branch tomorrow.
Yeah. So what else is a baddie? Do
you fit in all those categories?
No, that's why I'm not a baddie. I'm giving you. I actually.
I think you're a baddie.
I read that conversation and I saw. I'm like, oh, interesting. That these are serious baddies on here. And what else makes a baddie? According to that conversations, you're at branches. You're pretty. You always have your makeup done.
Looks like you, right? Looks like someone is describing you.
No.
Aren't you always at branches?
No.
Aren't those your things?
No. And everyone
I'm
is shocked.
inviting you tomorrow for brunch.
Sunday is church and family day for me.
You can be in the family to brunch.
No, we go to church. Sunday, we go to church I go to church. I find my father and my family there. After church, we all go to our father's house. We have lunch, we have family time, we eat cake, we laugh, we crack jokes, and we leave our father's house at like 6 p.m. And it has been the culture for like years.
Okay.
Even my boyfriend knows. Sunday, I'm leaving him in bed. Whether it's raining or shining, I'm going to church. And I'll come back in the evening. And it shocks everyone. Where is Victoria? She went to church. Even today, yes, every Sunday she's going to church.
Do you feel like fornication is a sin? Yes, you do. This is why you asked for a ring.
I'm a Christian, and I know fornication is a sin.
What are you doing about that? Why are you committing sin since you have confessed that you're a Christian?
Life happens.
We're not brave enough to really
Life happens.
live out of our emotions.
And then, I don't think, despite how much is preached to us,
Yeah.
I don't think that you can wake up and decide to maybe spend the rest of your life with someone that you've not spent some time with.
You believe in cohabiting?
Because I don't know how we are going to date, Mark in your house, me in my house, 4 months, and then I come to your house, I cook for you over the weekend, I go back, and then later, and then you're going to propose to me. So what is going to happen after that?
Then you get to, I don't know.
Now that is where the real story is going to happen. That is where the real story is going to happen. That's where I've never, because when you invite your girlfriend over to your place over the weekend, you've made some money, you've been able to buy chicken and spaghetti and all that.
And you've collected all the energy.
I don't even want to know about the energy. But you've bought some wine, so you never invite her.
You're putting up a show.
You never invite her when you're down. You never invite her when your boss yelled at you. Sometimes even men lose jobs, or men and you might not tell your girlfriend because you're not staying with her. So what's going to happen? You're going to keep up the appearances. When she comes, you borrow money from Tom and everything is okay. You give her transport back if girls still accept transport money these days. But so after when you propose to her, she gets into the real thing now. She gets to see you come back home at 3 a.m. drunk. One Friday, the next Friday. Well, because the other days, you two used to hang out together when she's going to come home and you come back together. Now she gets to see that actually, even on a Monday, you can be stressed. You leave office, you go hang out with your buddies, you come back, they drop you when you can't even walk. So how are you guys going to walk into that and transition? So I know they preach to us that, fornication is bad, cohabiting is also bad.
But you can cohabit with someone without fornicating, no?
Yes, hallelujah, amen.
The A you gave me is like ngachizivu.
I don't know.
I feel like we need to be stronger than our emotions as human beings.
Mark, you're stronger than your emotions.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's something I practice on a lot these days. I am banking on that. You want to only have sex after marriage?
Okay, you're protecting your public image.
No, really. No, I still have hoes chasing me and stuff. But I want to. I didn't say I am going to do it. But that's like a dream. But yeah, it's hard. But it's a practice I want to keep on. Like, literally with all emotions. I feel like emotions mislead people so much. Mostly now you're cohabiting.
So you think people have sex because of emotions?
Well, that's why I have sex.
Okay.
But you don't have sex because of emotions.
No, I know. I was going to say I think not.
Because look at yourself in Paris.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Come on.
Yes.
How would you be going to Paris and... Come on, let's... You're clearing your public image.
Yeah, you're clearing your public image. No, really. Not really.
There's no way that I'm
No.
not
No. Okay. This is very private information, but not really. But look at yourself in Paris. Now, let me just tell you a story.
Yeah.
Do you know that if right now you met a girl and she told you, you know what, Mark, I'm not going to have sex with you until I'm married, and you ask her why, and she says, because I'm a virgin. Do you know that you would literally do everything for her, even giving her some of the shares in big conversations?
No.
If you love her.
I have met someone like that.
I'm answering your question of, hey, what did you do? What did you give?
What do you think virgins are special?
No, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends. For me, I've met a couple of men who I even have a friend who are with her in Miss Uganda some years back. She's now married.
You contested for Miss Uganda?
That is we are speaking. I did pageants in 2013, 14, and 15. I think I last did a beauty pageant in 2015. Miss Tourism Uganda. No, Miss University Uganda. Miss Tourism year 14. Miss Uganda 2013, Miss Tourism 2014, Miss University 2015. So I was telling you of that friend. But she met her husband and she told him, I am a virgin. And she met him when we were young. She was, I think she was like 20. And he loved it. And now they are still married. And he was treating her like an egg. So, you can meet a girl that tells you, I'm not having sex until I'm married.
What does sex mean to you, though?
And you would give her everything.
If I had sex with you and it was really nice, but I was a really, really bad person, would you be with me?
No.
Remember, sex is really directly attached to emotions. You just don't say no and get out of the whole picture like that.
No.
It's a series of things, right? What if then I meet everything else and my sex is bad?
I think well, as you continue growing up, you actually come to a point where you know that the more you do something with someone, consistency. For me, I've seen people say this consistently. If it's sex and the first time you had it with someone, it was bad. Consistency can make it better.
I don't agree.
I agree.
I think sex really is good at the first time.
I agree. Consistency can make it better.
It's intentions, and this is why. Yeah, after then, everything else is just intended for something else. Maybe I really like you. I like your vibe.
I don't know. I'm not a sex expert.
True.
I've not had a lot of sex.
But like I'm saying,
I've actually.
Is it something no? You've had. You're not a virgin. You are saying. Is it something like what are your things you look out for in a relationship?
Fact is, I never have a
companionship.
list. I not. When we were growing up, we used to. When we were growing up, we used to have checklists. I want this. I want that. I want that. And I know many, whatever young girls still have those lists. A man with a car, a man who does this, and all those things. But I think as you continue transitioning through life, you lose the checklist. And you're after, you call it companionship?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't even companionship.
Yeah, companionship, like, am I really going to sustain you for the rest of my life?
It's, yes, like, am I comfortable waking up close to you every day?
It doesn't have to be, like, I don't believe we should be in the same room every day. Because, look, when I wake up some days, I don't want to deal with anyone.
Interesting.
Like, I don't want to deal with anyone. I don't even want to deal with a dog. I don't want to deal with... So, over time, for me, the next time I'm cohabiting with someone, the house has to be big enough for everyone to have their independent rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. when I don't want to deal with you, but because you're my person, and I understand that it takes a lot of sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
For me to keep you in my space over and over again. So we divide that. That's what I feel like. We just combine when we have to, but it doesn't have to be forced. Like, I have to deal with you in the bedroom. Even though,
I don't want to call myself dramatic, but sometimes I'm very needy. And then it's not only about being needy.
Women tell me that a lot. What does that mean?
No, for me, it depends. It depends on what everyone refers to them being needy.
Yeah.
For me, it's not you needing attention, but if you're around, then be around. Because like if we are dating and we are in the house, be around. I should not be cooking and you're watching TV and I'm like, okay, no, you cook, and then you'll find me in the living room watching TV. Like, let's keep having a conversation. Let's just keep having an interaction. It's recently that I actually discovered that I don't want to call it stubborn.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to phrase it. Like, I sing a lot, everything that I'm going to do. I sing it.
You put it in a song.
No, like, I'll be like, guess who's coming to the shower? Then I ask my boyfriend, do you want food? Now, and I keep telling myself, but this was never me until I met this man. Like, I've never been this kind of person that does all those little things. So we once had an argument about space. I asked him, he believes a lot in space. And I told him I don't believe in space. Because I don't need space.
You need him.
No, like I feel if someone says they need space for what?
To think.
To think about what?
If this is...
See.
If these are the walls I want to spend my life.
See, someone needs space to leave you.
No? Yeah, like really, to think my choices. Remember, you're going to piss me off in that day, yeah? Like naturally. You will leave your bag in the chair where I'm supposed to be working, and I might not tell you.
You're forgetting that men leave lotion in the sink.
Yes, all that. Like, we're doing all those things exactly. Like, I'm pissing you off, you're pissing me off. So, we both need time off to miss the beauty about why we are together. And usually, that's why cohabiting sometimes kills relationships.
Why?
Because you then see your person before you commit to them. You have them. Then you feel like, is this all I want? Like, you start second doubting that. Like, you start having second, like, this really, like, you could do, say you are an emotional person and they say, I don't know if it's true with you, but they say women get emotional when they're on that period, right? So I could not be as understanding as you'd want me to be. Yeah? So when you're in my space and like, I would want time off for me to really restructure my mind to be, but whenever you're there, it becomes like it's a bit jail for us to be together. But remember, I like you, right? I'm in love with you. I feel like, yes, cuddles when it's that time, that is beautiful. We are enjoying that, we have that. But then there's the reality of living through Monday to Friday with you every day.
How come women never need space?
They do. You've never needed space? No, because maybe you're much more on the receiving end than on the giving end. I have to have a worked up body for you to enjoy the sex. I have to make the most money. I have to be a sharp thinker. I have to think through your job because I have to you're going to be asking me tiny things. How do they do this thing? Like, you're a woman. Yeah, you want to have your money involved. So I have to like really use my brain for all these things. So I might need the space more than you do because you receive the most in the relationship. Life is designed like that. The woman receives the most. That's how I feel about it.
I've never met women that need space. And if
you've never needed space?
If a woman starts to tell you, I need space from you if I'm going to leave you. If I don't want you, I'm done. Then I need space. But otherwise, I'm comfortable. You leave your whatever your belt on the dining table. I would move it. I'm comfortable. I later on become
My ex-girlfriend used to complain so much about such things.
become comfortable with all of. No, those are very little. Like I late for me.
But every day when I do them, every day, like, hey, today you come, you clean. I leave my plate after eating. I just.
Yeah, you would say, of course. Why would I need space? Honestly, like all those little petty things. I later on, I right now I would say I've later become comfortable with them after 12 or 13 months of doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will not complain. You men will do that. Perfume left on the bed, ironing board left there, the belt on the dining table, lotion left in the kitchen, the hairbrush left on the reading table. But because and it takes you 5 minutes to remove all that and put it back. So why would I need space? Honestly, I would need space from someone if I'm done with them. Because if I'm not done with you, who am I going to tell my jokes to? Like, who am I going to talk to?
Is your boyfriend your best friend?
No, my sister is my best friend.
I agree.
My little sister is my best friend.
So, your sister. You tell your jokes to your sister in that show.
When I get space, I tell my jokes to my sister. No, the vibe is different. The energy is different. When you're engaging with your spouse, it's a different energy even when you're engaging with your sibling.
Let's talk about you and your obsession with wine.
Wine. Mm-hmm.
First, tell me about that myth of wine making people horny. Is it real? Is it true? Is it a thing?
Okay, well, we started from a very high pitch. I think so. I think red wine.
But I think all substances.
But I think so. I think red wine does make that happen. But I don't want to think it's just wine. When you drink alcohol, it just opens up your mind. You want
I can't relate. I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, you want to do everything you've not done. Because I remember yesterday I was doing some of my reports. Then after working on them, I took like 4 shots of whiskey. Actually, I drank the whiskey as I was handling my reports. And then I thought of someone I wanted to call and tell them how I like them. How, like this liking of it, man, Mark, you're a very good person, you inspire me, you do this. In the morning, I woke up, I'm like, why did I get all this energy? Because I really wanted to call this person and tell them that, you're a nice person, you do these things, I like them, you're so inspiring, keep going, me and you should. Oh, the person I wanted to call is my friend, I remembered. She's called Victoria. She's now, she does a lot of digital and ABCD. I think you've ever heard her on your podcast, I don't know.
Victoria?
She's called Mercy. So I wanted to call her yesterday.
The one that left Next Media?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard that on my podcast, it's just not released yet.
I wanted to call her and just tell her, man, I like what
She's your friend,
you're
yeah?
doing, just keep up the energy, do ABCD. And I woke up, I'm like, okay, so this girl was in a bar. And by that time I had all the energy because of the whiskey. So it's not just wine, it's alcohol in general. You've consumed this thing and then it's opening up your mind, making you feel loose and free to do anything you want to do.
Sorry about that.
But other than that, if you see my obsession with wine, I don't really, I'm not obsessed at wine.
Are you addicted?
Not even addicted. I never used to drink alcohol. I think all of us never used to drink. But so when I turned, I think 20, I think when I turned 20, then even at 20 I was not drinking yet. But in 2000, must have been 2017, I got a job. I was doing PR for Club Pilsner. They had an event, Club Music Video Awards. So then all through the process of working on the event, the people I used to meet, interacting with Didan, Sheila, Ho, Denzel, where you go maybe for. So those interactions, you're hanging out with people that are drinking cocktails, whatever, whiskey, what. And then these drinks used to look so good in the glasses. Cocktail looks so good in the glass, whiskey does, wine does. So I started to drink alcohol because I used to love to take pictures. Like when wine is poured in the glass and I take a picture, it looks so nice. Yeah, then after time, I think when you start drinking as a girl, first thing you're like, I only drink wine. So you start off, no doubt, everyone starts off with the brands that are available.
Yeah.
And the brands available in the market will be Four Cousins, 4th Street, Robertson, and Nederberg. So yeah, I started, but it's not really an obsession. I started.
It's just something you do, right?
Yeah, so I loved it. And then with time, this is something. So I then started seeing girls in South Africa that are so much involved in it. Some of them actually are winemakers because I follow many of those pages on Twitter and Instagram. Because I saw when you travel or when you meet people that kind of feel they are the class A type.
Yeah.
And
what's class A?
I'm not interacting with them like probably in Uganda, but it must have been 2020. I had someone that helped me go to Lagos to attend a wine. Actually, the girl, she's called Swela in South Africa. She was launching her wine in Nigeria. So the people that were at that event of the wine launch, like how they were speaking, how they were, explaining the wine, swirling it around, smelling, tasting, like it made me feel like these are people to really hang with, and this should be how you hang with the drinking wine. So I picked an interest of actually starting to read more. Like if I go and maybe buy a bottle, especially if it's a bottle I've not bought before, because we have the bottles that we all know, the Nederberg, KWB, blah 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 blah. So if I buy a bottle I've not bought before, I want to read about it. Who is the maker? Where is it made? What can I pair it with? And then if I test it, I also want to see, okay, so is the review matching what other people are saying? What force do I feel? How does it make my mouth feel? Does the taste stay in my mouth? Because when you meet other people that love also the culture or the luxury, it just feels good. Actually, for me, it's just the fact that it feels good. You feel, most of us didn't, or me in person, we didn't grow up in well-to-be families where our parents were speaking about wine or even drinking it. My father doesn't even drink wine. He's a born-again Christian. So like that kind of thing, like it just made me feel good. Like if you can attribute your life to this kind of culture and luxury, and once you're with those people, you can stand out. As they're swirling and telling layers, you can also tell layer or tell the fruit. It feels good. So it's just about wanting, not actually to fit in, but because it also adds to my personal branding. Yeah.
I see that. Do you get adrenaline rush of notifications when people comment on your stuff? Do you like it? Do you like people to engage you? Do you post for that? Because this is because in the conversation you kept mentioning, oh, this is what people are seeing, like I had to keep the pressure.
No. The pressure, no. Do I post for people to comment? I would say no. But I think I post. But of course
You expect comments?
Yeah, you expect comments, and we've come to a time where these things are now being engagement, reach, and ABCD. People are using these numbers to make money. So if at all the numbers can come in, and you can benchmark on them to actually negotiate some money, then that's good. And I love it for me that I've not really had to get into any kind of social media rules or things like that, or how do you guys call it?
Tours, what?
Tours or whatever there is. There can be a day where there's just violence.
Yes.
Yes. Because
you don't associate with it.
I don't want to. I don't want to because I can't have the energy. I can't have the energy. I see a lot will be picked up about you, that, and I don't have the energy. And it's funny, but I'm a very insecure person. Like, just.
What does that mean?
Like, people pick on each other, and the next thing someone is picking on you, telling you have a big head. I might cut off my head.
But you must. Okay.
So I.
How do you deal with insecurities?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm a very, especially with
your body, you have.
With physical, no, like just with physical appearance.
Yeah.
I grew up very insecure because when I was in school, I used to have very big legs, and then I was tiny. So people used to tell me like my legs outweigh my body weight and all that. And I remember sometime in my senior vacation, I wanted to get my legs off, like Cohabiting Debate. That was the time when these guys of Fako had become a thing. Fako, tugeza kabina, tukoza olubuto, tugeza bebe, tukoza kyotayagala. So my first salary, I called them.
Alright.
I was like, jagala because tomboy. The lady tells me, okay, where are you? I direct him, they bring for me the medicine. And they tell me swallow once every 2 days and drink a lot of warm water. Did the legs become small? They didn't. So then I was in senior vacation. Then after that is when we go to campus. So when that really you start hanging out. And we used to go to Governor, we used to go hang out. And I see men start telling me, oh, you have nice legs, I like your legs. So I started to gain the confidence again. I'm like, oh, the legs are actually nice. Then, and recently my father told me, Kaya senga, entumbami akoga, and then nesugaranga nene. But
that's such an experience.
Yeah, I've had a lot. You can be insecure, but right now I think you grow up, and then you're comfortable. Because you don't need compliments. You don't need compliments to feel that. Though when I'm leaving the house, I always nag my boyfriend. You want
that. You want to hear that. You want reaffirmation.
Yes, you want to, because if you're not smart, then change. So when those violence and whatever things that go on social media, I try to like I said, the energy. You have to have time and energy to start scrolling, looking for posts, looking for what to attack someone with. But I noticed that people engage in these things to actually grow their numbers. Because I see someone will be comfortable. This person is putting your family into this drama. They are picking on your parents. They are picking on you. They are picking on your job, and you're also replying back, firing more shots. At the end of the day, you move from 8K to 10K. But 2K came, and people are now comfortable doing it because they know it brings them numbers. And after those numbers, money, influencer.
Are you an influencer? Would you call yourself an influencer?
No,
I feel like you are.
No, I was going to say no, yes. When it comes to how we call it in Uganda. These days in Uganda, an influencer is anyone that a brand can give money
and they make noise
to post on social media. I've not been doing that for quite some time. I've not been doing that, not until this year. Because for me, before what I used to do, clients whose pages I used to manage, and no one even would know that Victoria actually handles this page, that page, that page. But of course, then you can give a shout, retweet, or post it on your Instagram or ABCD. Not until this year that someone told me to start taking the direction of actually getting into some of the hospitality brands. Because my friends are like, you're always at these places. You drink there. You're posting about their happy hour. You're doing this, and when you post, we are also going there. You're engaging us in these things. You need to start now sitting on the table and asking for money to do this.
Are you starting? Are you going to start?
I did start. I have a couple of clients on board.
I love that for you.
I did start. I think I started in February Because I have a friend, Gloria, she's now
I really like
handling
how you take your life.
a lot of my things like that.
I am attracted to your personas, like the online, like polite, reserved, no noise around you.
When you start to make noise, when you start to make noise, I think you have a lot to lose, especially if you know you're not living for today, and you know you're not living for the numbers. Then we have a lot to lose in online and how we manage our reputation on there. So if someone takes charge of that bit, remember sometime in Jan, I was doing an interview with it's a marketing agency. And they asked me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I told them, maybe I might be doing communication or stakeholder management for an embassy, a government organization. And this man was like, why an embassy in particular? And I told him, I don't want to fly solo. I want to fly so high. And I feel I could do it for an embassy or for an organization like that. So these things, violence. We have if you're not seeing for today or for tomorrow, then you have a lot to lose at some point.
What sort of legacy are you building? And do you want to leave behind?
I've not yet made plans to die.
You think about death?
I fear death. I fear death. I fear aging.
You fear aging?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay young.
You are. Just sit down and imagine when you're 60.
That would be
When they
so
call
rich. Because you're 60 years.
I
Your
know.
friends are all in that bracket.
I know, but I
It
feel.
doesn't matter.
And I'm glad that like we are moving at a slow pace.
You don't have children.
Yes.
When are you gonna have your first child?
Oh no, I'll make that baby after my 30th birthday. That is, I'll make the baby.
After your 40th birthday.
So I turn 30 next year.
Okay.
Then after making the baby, I have the baby.
You're already trying to make the baby.
How?
By fornication.
Yeah, but I'm not
No,
sure.
I believe sex should be for only the procreation.
So once you have a child and you're in a gap of not having a child for 2 years, celibacy?
Yeah. People should normalize celibacy. Sex is a bit overrated, right?
Actually, I'm also not doing it. Yeah.
And that's how I feel, by the way. So, you've not like imagined a legacy. I want people to know me for this.
When I was growing up, I used to look at these people that you search for them online, and then there's a Wikipedia page of Mark. Mark is born this year. Mark MBA. Mark studied in the University of Manchester. Mark is doing this. Mark is doing that. And I wanted it for myself. I wanted it so much. And then I went to school. But then I was, you can see a child that's going to become that. They're studying so much. Part of those people probably did law, engineering, or what. Then after campus, life had to happen, party happened, and all that. But the funny thing is, I still want that for myself. And I know it's not too late. Recently I was telling my kid sister, she was like, I'm gonna put the idea of summer for maybe a master's. I told her, in the UK people study a master's in 1 year. I'm not going to do a master's in Uganda. So like, I know I can actually study everything I want to study in 5 years.
What do you want to study?
Something,
What do you want to
communication,
master?
marketing, something like that.
What's the goal? What's your vision?
Uh-uh. Life is for living and sipping. Don't ask visions. We are living and sipping.
Is that the attitude you carry? It's a good attitude.
Life is for living and sipping.
But for someone who stays a lot indoors, what's your definition of living life?
I'll still tell you it's being happy. You know what? If you say you're living life, if you're doing things that make you happy, and if you're doing things that make you happy, and they're giving you solitude and you're comfortable, many times people do things that actually that don't make them happy. You know, there will be many people that will be in a bar on Friday. They're gonna see sign for, but because Mark Yafni Sara, I'm going, man, let's go to vote. Then your friend is there, you know, all of you are hanging out, you're drinking Jameson or double black. He actually doesn't have rent. He can't tell you that, Mark, I don't have rent. You also can't give him money for rent, but you can actually spend 3 million that night. So he's with you, but he's actually not happy. He's even doing something, but he's not happy.
Entitlement. I'm not supposed to give you my money to pay the rent.
I know, but like I was giving an example of he's just there, but he's not happy. Next day he'll go back to his house, think about where the money is going to come from. And then you tell him, man, to the next rugby, he still comes. He's a sad man, very sad.
Meanwhile, let's even conclude this story. You genuinely believe it's God's making for a random person to find you the band they give 5 million because you're a beautiful woman?
Yo, hey, I made noise about this on my Twitter some time back. In 2000 and must have been 2021 December, I met someone. I met them at X Hub. So he was friends to my friends. We are there, we are having a good time, they were drinking, I think all deserve. Blah 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 blah. The conversations are good. So after the night, it was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. This guy is like, so I think we come back tomorrow. Was one of my friends does something for whatever for that back. So I'm like, no, I can't come back tomorrow because I'll be moving out. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm flying to Paris. The guy's like, okay, I should give you some pocket money. What are you going to do in Paris? I tell him, pocket money, that's okay. He asks me for my account number. I tell him I have standing equity and he's like, give me equity. The next day the guy sent me 1 million Uganda shillings.
Yeah, typical Mona Lisa, why do you have 3 accounts ready for guys to be sending you Uganda shillings? But Exab is crazy. I've just remembered Nadia's line in Hamadi where he says, go wild like the girls at Exab. Clearly, you're known. That's why men can come to give you 1 million.
So like when those snake stories came, I even told I told someone, now this person gave me 1 million at X Hub. They also have a snake.
Do you believe the stories? Has something similar like that happened to you?
No.
Like someone trying to use desperation to their advantage. Have you been desperate before? I think we've all been in life.
But we've all been desperate in life.
Has someone used your desperation to their advantage before? Is that an experience you can remember? Probably someone has told you if you... Okay. If you don't remember, then it's fine. Do you have something you want to ask me?
4 questions. I want to ask you what I want to ask Thank you.
It could be big and a very knowledgeable guy.
Mm-hmm. But are these conversations really big?
I think they are.
What makes you think they're big?
Talk about stuff.
Like?
Everything is big. Also, they're big conversations by ordinary people. So, anyone, whatever you tell me is what you define as big. Right? Remember, the conversation is really entirely directed to what you're telling me. And like all that 2 hours we've been talking about, most has been you talking, me trying to direct it. So it's most of what we are getting is from your perspective to life. So it's you giving us the definition of big for your episode.
Oh, Lord have mercy. This was not big.
Like, what do you mean big?
I don't
You
know.
want to talk about that?
I don't know. But anyway, I think just because that is how they're meant to be.
Mm.
You know, there are podcasts I listen to, and I even get my notebook and I'm noting down, like, I listen to learn. Like, okay, they said.
Do you believe that you have not told us anything we were going to learn from? We've talked about so much, by the way.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I was asking you. And I was meant to ask this. It's a question I've always meant to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you feel these conversations are really big? But if you say the answer was direct, it's what someone assumes they're big is big.
Yeah, so
People
purposely.
life in their perspective.
Purposely, also. We don't produce them for people to consume them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We publish because we have the option to publish. We do these conversations because we enjoy having these conversations. Like, I must love what I've talked to you for me to publish it. It's entirely up to me. So there are people who have had conversations. I've had conversations with my good friend Sophie Bucks, and I did publish it because I felt like it was not something I want to publish.
Is my conversation going to be published?
Yeah. He knows though. I told him right on point. Like, I'll tell you, like, I feel like we lied here. You second guessed here. You lied to me here. You were not real here. And then I don't want people to comment like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then some people come with like an agenda. They want to talk about something. They're prepared for it. Then there's that. Then we're going to, usually the second bit is into your personal self. Like, to be real about, we get to know you up close and personal. We've been in the whole conversations. Because you came so nervous and then you just flew into it and then became so comfortable that you could just share a few personal stories. And that is the art of the podcast, for me to get you to that level. It's true.
And the third question now. Can they be personal?
They can. People relate to me mostly on this podcast. So
People relate because of this podcast?
Some of them relate.
No. You gave us a picture. A standard picture that we shall never forget.
A picture of me in my ex-girlfriend's thighs.
You gave us a picture.
Is that just the one? Is it so weird? What do you think about that picture? I was going to say I would recreate it with you, but that's so hard. Like, I wasn't supposed to say that on the mic. But yes, what's wrong with the picture?
It's just a picture to remember.
Like, but if you put pictures of yourself in a bikini, what's wrong with me being in between two thighs?
So how do you feel about that picture?
Dope, man.
Nice.
I feel good about it. Like, I'm a guy. I'm going to feel good whenever I'm next to pussy. Really. That's one thing that's straight up.
Okay, that's good.
What do you feel about that picture? You feel like it misrepresents my brand?
No. Okay, first you were young.
No, I wasn't.
You were. That's a picture from like 4 or 5 years back.
Yeah, but I wasn't young still. Like, a model put it out. Yeah? So, if I date someone and they're living in a moment, and that's how they want to relate to their life, and they replace that. I give them that opportunity. I love that peak. So yeah, like there again, also I have so much value that I don't let perspectives of people define the value I give to the world.
Okay, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Still, I did craft the fourth question. I did come with it.
Okay. How do you feel about this conversation?
I have a question. Yeah, I have a question. How do you choose the people that you host on this podcast?
How do I choose?
Yeah.
Do you think I choose?
I don't know.
I just fall in love with someone's mind or someone's character. And I approach them about being on the podcast. Some others approach me. They love the conversations. They come to me about it. Then to others, I feel, I look at like the kind of value you could have, but there's no structure. Anyone that wants to be on the podcast gets on it. It's ordinary people. Like everyone is just ordinary before everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no like actual choosing. I get that a lot. A friend of mine once said, I was hosting so many females. So like, is there a thing between you and these females? Is there like a pattern? I'm like, no, really. Like, I like women. So definitely I talk to women more a lot in my life. With or without being on a podcast, I still talk to women more than I talk to men. So it's just a whole definition of the person I am. This is how I express myself. So it's about giving opinion. The way Twitter and Facebook and Instagram are structured is now there's so much of condensing your opinion because you can just put it out there, right? But when I'm on my podcast, I say what I want, how I want to say it. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be right, I don't have to be wrong. I just have to, as long as I'm not offending people, right? As long as I'm not spreading hate speech or criminalizing a minority group, yeah? I'm not doing things that really bring harm to other people, then I'm not off limits. I can talk to you about pornography, I can talk to you about sex, I can talk to you, like I talk to you about my thoughts, like what I would talk to you on a random time I find in the bar. So it's up to you to find it offensive. Like if I communicated to you sexually on the timeline, you could call me an offender to something, right? Mm. But when we have this conversation in person, you see how natural it is that this is actually what I want to inform.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No further questions.
Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Asante sana.
I really like this.
It became a little bit more very personal. My God.
How
I just
personal?
put all my dirty laundry out there.